and welcome to my plant tour video. I just wanted to show some of the plants that I own. I'm not an expert plant owner or anything like that. I just really like plants and just wanted to show the ones that I have. I have them in my dorm room here, just in an indoor setting, and I've collected them over the past couple of years. One way that I keep my plants healthy and happy is by watering them, and I do have a little sticky note that makes me keep track of when I water my plants. So I believe Henry is a golden ball cactus, but I'm not sure, so you can let me know if that's right or wrong. But this is what he looks like, and he's grown pretty vertically. And I really like him, very easy to take care of, has these nice little spikes that are cute and fun. And they are painful, so be careful if you decide to get a cactus. Okay, so I think this is a snake plant, but I'm not 100% sure. But this is what it looks like. I really like it. I've also had this one for a couple of years, and it really hasn't been a problem for me. I really just like all of the leaves on it, and it is a pretty one to look at. One thing I would recommend is maybe cleaning the leaves on this plant because they can get a little dusty. This is my peace lily plant, which I'm really proud of. As you can see, there is a little flower growing up top very vertically, and it does move very fast to the sun, so I do have to rotate her around like this to make sure that she stays in shape. And then here is that little flowering part that I was talking about. And as I'm actually looking now, as I'm recording this later, it's flowering a lot more. But it's really cool to just watch it grow in front of my very own eyes. So the colloquial name for this plant is a donkey's tail, although I do know that it has another name. This is what it looks like. I had it facing the sun for so long that it just shifted towards the sun, and it looks like this now. And I really wish I had rotated it to make sure it grew vertically. So yeah, but otherwise I think it's a really beautiful plant that just needs to be rotated. I believe this one is a golden torch cactus that my mom picked up from Home Depot. I've had this one for a couple years and it has not been a problem. It grows very vertically. It looks cool. I like this weird little hourglass-ish shape, and it is also prickly. So I don't really know if I can call this a plant necessarily, but this is green onion or scallion that I put in some water. It's basically just propagated, and it's just a glass jar that I used from something and washed out and put water in. Doesn't really matter, but anyways, this is what it looks like all at the bottom with the water, and it grows quite a bit, as you can see. And then I just cut it off and actually use it in my food and everything. And when you cut it, it can get a little bit dry, but on the parts you don't cut it, it's just nice and pointy and just grows very long, to the point that it fell over actually, and I have it leaning against my window basically to make it straight. But also, do you see how plump that is? It's just all that water in there making it so thick. Oh my god, I love it. It's so fun to just squeeze. I definitely recommend green onion as a plant, or I don't know, a living thing for you to own. It's great that you can cook from it, and it looks cool, and then you can always trim it and it keeps growing, and it is very easy to keep or to take care of. Just putting it in some fresh water every couple days. So I have struggled with taking care of this plant. This is a string of pearls plant, and it is also a succulent, but I just cannot take care of it at all. And this is what it looks like, just very dry and shriveled up and a lot less than what she used to be. I also have this little compartment when I water. It's really important for all plants that you have some kind of drainage, but I don't know why I'm emphasizing that with this specific plant. I don't know why she gives me such a hard time, but I wish she would grow just a little bit more. So this is Barney, and I've had him for a little while. He's just a little guy in a little terracotta pot. And he's a little slanted, I guess, towards the sun as well, and a little dried on one side. So, I don't know, he's just a funky little guy, pretty easy, but also I'm just trying to straighten him out a little bit because he looks so crooked. Oh my gosh, also I don't know how much I like this little pot. But he's a very pretty little guy. And he's so cute. Oh, and the bottom there for the drainage, that's like a lid to a candle, so the water escapes into it. So, just by the way. So this is a marble pothos that I have propagated from a larger plant that I will show in just a bit. But it's really cool when you snip these plants and put it in some water, and then the roots just kind of grow like this. And it just has a very pretty texture color to it and leaf pattern. And as you can see, some of these leaves are a little bit more mature, some of them are just kind of coming up. So it's really cool to cut from a bigger plant and then to make some more plant or some more leaves, and to watch the roots, which look like this. So this is an aglaonema that my sister got for me on Christmas, and I think this is such a cool looking plant just because of the coloring, and then also there's that bud up top. But I make sure I kind of rotate it because it does get a little bit slanted with moving towards the light. Just look at how cool this plant is. Oh my gosh, I love the splashes of pink and red. And also this just looks like corn to me. I almost just kind of want to name it corn, but I really love watching it every day just to see a little extra growth, like what it's going to turn into. And here's a close-up for whatever reason that I'm doing this. Wow, look at that dirt. Very exciting. So this is Jasper, and he's a string of bananas, which is also a kind of succulent. And I've had him for a little while, and he definitely could be a little bit more than what he is now. And he's kind of grown in an interesting shape. I don't know. I know that these plants can kind of like grow up and then down. So maybe that's kind of what he's doing. But I think he's really cool. I love just what this succulent shape looks like and the banana fish hook vibe. It's just a very cool plant to have, and pretty easy too. So this is my satin pothos, and I think she's so beautiful. When I first bought her, what stood out to me was that there were actually like traces of glitter or sparkles in the leaves, and I don't know that my camera really picked it up, but this is also a trailing plant similar to the pothos. And this little side, I don't know, I try to propagate it and then replant it, and that's the only part of it that's dying, and that's completely my fault. But the rest of it looks really good, and I think it's just a really great, easy plant to have. Oh my gosh, just look at this. Look at how pretty it is. And I don't know, it just curves up. And oh, here are the little nodes that you can actually propagate from. And this is what she looks like. Alright, and we got our big mama Rosa here. So she is the marble pothos that I was able to propagate for one of my other plants. And I've had her for a couple years. She's very easy to take care of. Pothos are very easy to take care of, and it's a nice trailing plant. I love the texture on this plant specifically because there's like some coloration. I don't know, the leaves are all different. Like this pattern is a little bit different from this one, and this one is also different from this one. I don't know, it's all very pretty, it's all very cool. Do I know what it means? No, I'm not a plant expert, but also here are some nodes that you can use for propagation. But overall, an amazing plant, a beautiful plant, a very easy plant. Highly, highly recommend this plant. Lastly, we have this one here. I don't even know why I'm including this, because it's basically dying. I tried to propagate it and then I didn't realize that I actually needed the bulb from the plant. So yeah, this was pointless, but you can purchase alocasias and they're really great. I've had one before, just not with me in college, and they look a lot more alive usually. But yeah, I shouldn't have cut them like this and just thought that putting them in water would be great. I think it was pretty when it was kind of looking alive, but I definitely feel bad and kind of like I've insulted the plant, so I'm very sorry, my bad. And then here they all are together in harmony. Oh, and of course there's the outside plants. Who am I kidding? I guess they're not really like part of my plant collection, but I think that they really add to the little plant vibe I have. It's just like plants on plants and all this greenery. And look, it rained and oh my gosh, it looks so beautiful. So yeah, these are all of my plants that I own, a little bit about each of them. And I do recommend most of them. If I can take care of them, you can probably take care of them. And thank you for watching.